Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon and I'm back again with another musical review. I just recently had the chance and the privilege and the honor of seeing We Will Rock You and absolutely devouring every single second of it. It was brilliant, it was clever, the music was phenomenal. Of course, it's all Freddie Mercury's music, so yeah, it's gonna rock hard, so I was blown away by this whole musical. The costumes, the scenery, just the way things were done and choreographed on stage. It was really awesome. And one of my favorite scenes is with Killer Queen, not to give too much away, but it's in the first act. But when they have her theme song, which is Killer Queen, which makes sense, it suits her, but she is actually filmed in rotoscope. And I was the only person to notice that it's rotoscope. And if you know me, there are only two films in the world right now that are done in rotoscope, and I really like rotoscope. It's just, to me, it's an art form. It's underappreciated. Using it to its potential, you really, except for Take On Me, which will forever remain a testament to pop culture. I love rotoscope. Is so cool. But I was so happy to see that. I just thought, I got all excited because the cinematography nerd in me just adores that. I love the setting. It takes place in the future where making your own music is illegal, and whatever Killer Queen deems appropriate for the masses or people of iPlanet or Global Soft. The people are called the Gagaites, which is interesting given who Lady Gaga is now. She got her name from Radio Gaga, which makes sense. That's just a little trivia if you don't know. Now you know. I the color, the effects, the music is just everything about this musical is just it's one of the best musicals I've seen in a good long while. I'd have to rank it up there with Hamilton just because it's a testament to Freddie, and I think that Freddie would be smiling if he knew that this had been done. It's just the writing is just terrific. It's very quirky, it's very corny, but also very witty. So if you understand the inferences being made to actual rock and roll culture or certain icons, and you think, oh yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, it's great. It's hilarious. It's bar none one of the best things I've seen. I laughed a lot and I loved it. And you got your main characters, names Galileo Figaro. We all know where that comes from. And then we meet Scaramouche. She comes in later. Galileo doesn't know who he is. Scaramouche doesn't know who she is. So it's interesting how they're basically fish out of water in this post-apocalyptic setting. But actually, I'm going to call it a post-apocalyptic setting because there's no music, so it's hell. I would rather die than I would be like one of the Bohemians. I would make my own music, but suffice it to say, I would probably be one that would get captured. Hopefully, I wouldn't get killed. But yeah, it's a very vicious future, but just the way that the design and the clothing was done, it really evoked to mind a lot of Buck Rogers imagery, for me at least, and Lost in Space, that Star Trek, just a mixture of what people were considering the future in that era. Just the high colors, it was part of the fashion in the 60s and 70s, and the lame, just how sheer and sheen it was. Just how everything had a kind of a shimmer to it. It's like it's metallic, like it's not man-made, but it's more mechanical, which makes sense because in this future everybody lives their lives online. I'm like, where have I heard that before? Oh yeah, I wrote something similar to that. but that was completely different from We Will Rock You. I didn't get my idea from that. My idea was taken from Ghost in the Shell. So it evokes that imagery. Just the whole communism of Killer Queen herself, is that whole lack of, I should say, just lack of anything. She just totally puts a damper on any kind of self-expressionism, which is horrible. I can't even imagine not having any self-expression. I would go crazy. But it's a 5-star musical. I adored it. I love the characters. I love all the characters, but my favorite characters are definitely Galileo and Scaramouche. And the girl, well, the lady who played Killer Queen, my God, she just had this voice that was, whoo, yeah, it was unbelievable. But Galileo, his voice was just outstanding high. And yes, I love you too. And Scaramouche, she just had this power behind her voice, and I just immediately loved her. I thought, oh my goodness, girl, you are a queen, just because your voice is so evocative, and that's what rock really is. It evokes just that whole joie de vie, at least for me. And it really portrays that spirit, the creativity, the desire to be an individual, be a rebel. Not that being a rebel is a bad thing, but I love the whole idea. It's a cautionary tale. I hope we never get to that point, because I'm thinking, yeah, that could happen. I mean, there's some truth in it, but hopefully it never does. I love you too. The the encore was worth it. They did Bohemian Rhapsody. It was just, oh man, I loved every second of it. It was just absolutely astronomically done. I only got 4 hours of sleep because I was home late, but it was worth it. I'm glad I got the tickets. I'm happy I went. And I'm sure that Freddie would be smiling and just thinking, this is so lovely, and you are all my lovelies, you're all my darlings. And he called everybody darlings, so we would be his darlings. And just such affection to his fans. And yeah, I mean, I know this is going to be a kind of off-topic thing, but I remember I was 11 when Freddie died. And I've always loved Queen, so when Freddie died, it hit me hard. But other than that, I can't really say that much about the musical in and of itself. Just that it was utterly and totally magnificent and worth everything that you put into it. So until next time, live long, prosper, ciao, Tootsie.